would you like to be a boss? I'm going to show you how. Buy houses using a credit card. So let's talk about wholesaling now. Hi everybody, I'm Noelle Randall, real estate entrepreneur, mentor, and mom of 5. And today I want to just quickly talk to you guys about this question that I get all the time about how to quit your job, how to make enough money in real estate investing so that you can truly have your own business, have the income that you want to provide for you and your family, and not have to work for someone else. And I often get this question asked to me as in, Noelle, what did you do so that you could quit your job and just do real estate? And I have to caution you guys that I did a lot of things wrong. Okay, so you don't necessarily want to do all of the things that I used to do, or people ask me, how did you get your first deal? Or how did you do this? Or how did you do that? And they're asking my experience. And to be really honest with you, some of my early experiences were terrible. I did not know what I was doing until I got a mentor and was shown the way. Like I said, I told you guys this before. I was fixing and flipping houses in Atlanta. And this was, 03, 04, 05, really up until 06, and then 07, everything just started to fall apart as the market crashed, okay? And I had done everything wrong. I had overpaid for properties. I was over leveraged. I had mortgages on everything, regular mortgages from like regular banks. Some of them might have even been some subprime type of stuff. But the bottom line to it is I did not know what I was doing, and I would never in a million years tell you to do what I did in that regard. It wasn't until I figured out what I'm doing now and the strategies, the techniques, and the methodology that I do now, that's what I teach and that's what I share. So the question of, how did you get your first deal? How did you do this? How did you do that? You don't even want the answer to that because it's going to lead you down the wrong path. You're going to be doing something crazy like I did, and you're going to end up with a bad result like I did. So let me tell you what I did the second time around, okay? But in order for me to explain this to you, you're going to have to hear the whole story. So just bear with me for a second. I promise not to ramble. I promise this won't take very long, but I think you need to understand my whole story so you can understand how you can replicate my success, because that's what I want. Again, I share all of this with you and I go super vulnerable and I tell you all of my business because I want you to be successful. That's the only reason that I make these videos. That's the only reason I'm putting myself out here on social media, on YouTube, calling old friends to promote what I'm doing, because I'm seeing what's going on out there. I'm seeing people not living the lives that they want, and I'm seeing people and hearing people tell me that they don't think it's possible for them. They think that I was lucky in some way, shape, or form, and I'm here to tell you it had nothing to do with luck. I'm going to tell you what to do. So let's go back to 2007, okay? So that's where I feel like my story really began. So even though I was fixing and flipping houses and I had done, I was working full time, okay? So when I first got into real estate investing, I was working full time at a mortgage company, okay? And it's actually in Atlanta. It's a company that went out of business. People that know me know exactly what I'm talking about. It was a subprime mortgage company. And I started off there as like a mortgage underwriter, okay? So I was the person that approved or denied you for a mortgage loan, okay? This was like 2003. I'm super young. I had dropped out of college, moved to Atlanta. I'm, working this great job, making good money, and I'm flipping houses. So I was on top of the world. You couldn't tell me nothing, okay? Noelle was in her 20s. Noelle had money. Noelle spent money, all right? And I was a disaster. So when everything crashed, because I didn't really know what I was doing, I was just doing stuff, I lost everything. And it was humiliating, okay? So I literally, me, my husband, and at the time, our 3 kids, we literally had to move back to where I'm from, which is Connecticut. It's a small town in Connecticut. Again, I'm telling you all my business. And I literally had to move into my parents' basement, okay? And because we could not get it together. I did not know what I was doing. Like I said, I didn't know what I was doing with money. And so even though we had kind of had jobs, we never could make the same money. We worked in the subprime mortgage industry. So everybody thought we were like leeches and we were the ones that caused the economic downfall. We basically caused the crash because we approved people for mortgages that they could not afford, blah, blah, blah. So that was the story that my husband and me told ourselves. And I went back to Connecticut, where I was born from, a place where I'm from and born, and all my old friends, and I was humiliated. I was embarrassed. I basically kind of hid in the house. And the plan was I was going to go back to school and get my bachelor's degree because I was a college dropout, and lo and behold, I couldn't really get a great job, okay? Because subprime mortgage companies did not exist anymore, and all this great experience that I had, and I had climbed the corporate ladder, and I had gotten these management jobs, and I had made all of this money, and I had did all of these great things in this crappy industry that nobody wanted to hire anybody else in, and we were the bad people that ruined the economy. Okay, so that was my life. I'm living in my parents' basement. I'm a total failure. I'm financially bankrupt, literally filed bankruptcy. All of these foreclosures. I got bad credit, no money, nothing, no education. I got a high school diploma. I had no college degree, nothing. Just basically a loser. Just being honest with myself, I was a loser. I had did this thing, and now I was back where I started, and I was like, how did I get here? And I was sad. I was humiliated. I felt like a failure. Like I said, I was a loser. And so I cried a lot, but I didn't want real estate investing to beat me. So while I'm going to school in Connecticut, living in my parents' basement, I came across this guy. He was, and I don't want to say his name because he doesn't do this anymore. He doesn't do the real estate investing mentoring anymore. He was amazing, okay? My first real estate investing coach was $20,000, guys. That was the first investment that I had made really in myself, and I did not have it, okay? I did not have the money. I was a mess. I had to borrow. Luckily, he took some payments and we worked out a couple of things. But when I tell you, that's what changed my life. He taught me wholesaling in a nutshell, okay? And I had never even heard about wholesaling. I didn't even know about off-market properties and how to find them and how to market and how to do all this stuff. So even once I learned what wholesaling was, I didn't know how to do it. And he taught me all of it, okay? And he also taught me strategic deal compounding, okay? And that's what I teach, strategic deal compounding. And that is where you start with maybe wholesaling or some active strategies, and then you up level to fix and flipping, and then you add in some fixing and flipping to put tenants in the property, and so you build your portfolio that way, strategic deal compounding. Okay, so that's really one of the things, and I got so much more. Again, this was 2009, 2010, I learned this stuff, so almost 10 years ago. And Noelle has added more degrees, more education, and more real estate knowledge and expertise to what I teach now. So now I can tell you all these different ways to make money, but that's where it started. I started from nothing. I started from less than nothing, and I learned how to do it, but I still had the wrong mindset, guys. I'm gonna be really honest with you. In 2010, even though I started and I was learning, and now I know how to wholesale and I know how to do some deals, and then come 2011 and 2012, I still kept working. I kept working a job and doing these things on the side. And the reason why I did that is because I was afraid. I was afraid to quit my job. I was able, and I knew how to get deals. I knew how to make money, but I had lost so badly and so big with real estate that I just felt like, no, I got to keep hold of this job. Even though I know how to make money, even though I know how to do this real estate thing, no, let's just keep our job because that's the safety, that's the security. No. Mind you, all the time while I'm working, I've been laid off so many different times. I've had jobs. I was a VP at Chase. I was big person at Wells Fargo. I was a big manager at this other bank down in Austin. I mean, I've been making some really good money working, but I was never able to quit my job because I didn't believe that I could. So let me tell you how you can quit your job and what it took. I'm going to actually answer your question. What it took for me to quit my job. I made a decision, and it was a scary decision. I made a decision that this is what I was going to do, okay? I didn't want to work anymore. I had missed too many of my kids' recitals and practices and choir performances and just all of the things, all of the moments that I knew I would never get back, I had missed. And so I made the decision that I was going to get serious about this real estate investing thing. I was going to invest in myself a little bit more because the education I had, again, was old. By the time I quit my job, information I had was a little old. So I invested in myself again and started learning more and doing more things and really started treating this like a business. And I didn't do that until 2014. That's when I really started treating this like a business. And that's when I really started to make decisions and see that I could make more money. So then, roll 2017, 2018, I'm done with working. I was working and I remember the day and what happened when I said, okay, I'm never gonna work a job ever again. I was working for this company and I was a VP. And the manager's assistant, actually, I was in the break room or getting something and she said to me, kind of laughingly, about something. And so we started talking about this report that I would send to the CEO, because I was like reported to the president or the CEO, I forget. He was high level. And mind you, even climbing the corporate ladder, you always have a boss, so you might as well work for yourself. So he would have me send him a report each morning, and he told me it was due to him by like 8 or 9 a.m. I think it was 8 a.m. He said it was due to him by 8 a.m. because he needed to look at it, because he needed something. And his assistant actually was talking and she kind of just slipped and said, he doesn't look at that report and he makes you send it to him so that he knows that you're looking at it. What? Are you kidding me? I'm this educated person. I'm really good at my job. Make lots of money. I didn't even need this job anymore. It was to the point I knew I had that confidence, but I didn't have that confidence that I could literally be my own boss and run my own company. And it was in that decision when I felt really disrespected that I said, you know what, that's it. And I just quit. And I didn't look back. And you can do the same thing. You can do the same thing. You're not gonna have all the money together. You're not gonna have your plan all together. You're not gonna have every detail worked out. And there's two things that stop most people from doing what they truly need to do. And those two things are fear and skepticism, plain and simple. Either you're afraid and you won't say it, you're afraid, you wanna quit, but there's fear. Or two, skepticism, where I don't trust that, I don't believe that worked, which is just the same thing. It's just fear. We just hide skepticism and we mask it and we call it fear. We call it skepticism when really it's just fear. And so if you can drop those two things and start to believe in yourself, you can do this. You're gonna need the education and you're gonna need the mindset. And that's it. Those are really the only two things. You're never gonna have all the money. You're never gonna have the whole plan worked out. You're never gonna have every detail worked out. There were so many things that I did wrong that taught me a lesson, and it's okay, and I survived, and I'm okay. Like I said, you're going to be okay. You just have to make the decision. If you truly want to invest in real estate and quit your job, you can. The money is there in real estate investing, way more money than I ever made working for anyone, okay? Just opportunities. As I up-leveled myself and started to see me in a different light, I was able to make new friends. I started to do new things. I went and played golf, things in yoga and stuff that I wanted to do, and I got myself around different people. I invested in mentorship, and then I got connected to different groups that I never had connections to before. And that's how I got to be as successful as I am now. And so these are just the things that I did that I'm telling you to do. And yeah, it's gonna be scary sometimes, and you're not gonna have all the answers every time, but you'll be okay. You will be okay. God promises that. You'll be okay, okay? So just remember that. If you want to quit your job, quit your job. You can quit your job literally in 6 months using my plan. Literally, you can quit today, actually, because really, you can quit your job whenever. But using my plan, 6 months. That's it. That's it. So if you're interested and you want to know more, do not hesitate to fill out the application below and see if you qualify for a call. I would love to help people that want to be helped. Only the people that want to be helped, because I'm very selective. because I can't help everybody. I can only help those that are truly wanting this life, okay? Truly wanting to be free, truly wanting to have their own time and own their own time and have the money that allows you to do so. And so, strategic deal compounding and a little bit of mentorship. And again, it doesn't have to be with Noelle, but you want some mentorship or some guidance in what you're doing. So hopefully this video helped you. I love you guys all so much. I hope that this touches you and you understand and I answered your question and people really get the answer to their question. I quit my job. I didn't know what I was doing even when I quit my job. I just did. And you can too. That's it.